So, where should I begin my story?
Mm.
First of all, I recently got a job as an intern at a small company while attending a special high school.
He said like he ain't want to
And
have
from
this one.
school, I had a friend who I hated most. He always spread false
Ouch.
rumors, making my friends turn on each other,
Oh, that's
and
not
never was
cool.
sorry for what he had done
So why
wrong.
y'all even hanging out with this dude then?
Well, he was already a celebrity at that time. But this
Oh,
dude and I
because he's
eventually
popular.
got a job at the same company.
If
Because
that's
I
the
had the
reason, then that's
complete
not cool.
opposite
Yeah,
character
he
of
could just
him,
be by
we
himself.
had a lot of fights at school. However, after I came into the company, I tried to control myself as much as I could and understand him no matter how much he said stupid things. My friends ended up calling me Buddha. But
Because
the
he's
incident
peaceful.
eventually happened 2 weeks after my first day of work. I can't tell you the specific details to protect the company's privacy, but his mouth was absolutely a disaster. Our school teachers had to come to the company. We both had to have a face to face talk with the executive director, and we even had a call from the education office.
Mm.
I got so angry. I couldn't bear this stupid situation anymore.
Okay.
I ran down to the first floor material storehouse, confirmed that there were no people, and spat.
Have you ever actually just went to work and be like, you can't deal with this coworker. He's an idiot. He's annoying. He's selfish. You think he can actually get his way? On top of that, he mentioned that he's popular too. But yeah, he's a peaceful. So sometimes that can be quite infuriating to just be at that point or level of trying to maintain with a certain coworker that also goes to your school. Huh. Other than that, yeah, I would just walked away. Like I never actually had, like especially for me, since I'm talking back like on my like experience now. It's just like when I used to work, I actually never felt infuriated. I never felt actually irritated. I was actually good. A lot of people actually wanted to come up to me because they always saw me like the cool, chill, laid back type of dude because I just came to work and just finish my job and then leave. That's how I saw things. Like I leave my issues at work. I don't bring them home. I deal with them there. I don't deal with it here. So if I had an issue, I address it there, leave it the way it is, come back, feeling happy, take my shower, and I go to sleep and then repeat itself all over again. But when I was at work, I used to be good. I tend to be good. I know it'd be like when you have like certain meetings, it's just like, okay, I'll be thinking on how to actually improve what could actually like better like prevent us to make us look good. So it's like with me, it's like I actually try to think on like little like situations that can actually improve us as a whole. So it was like that never interfered with me or those that was around me. It's like, okay, all right, so we're gonna do this. But yeah, then we just had this last situation with this, that, and the third, with such and such, with the dumbbell or the conveyor belt or the cars or whatever my job was. Because I had like multiple different jobs. So it was like my job was like hands on. So with my job being hands on, I used to do a lot of back and forth. So it's like I saw a lot of different parts of my environment and understand how to actually improve within the environment that I was actually in. So with that being said, right, is I always found easier ways to get things done instead of irritating ways of feeling more stressful, and also within certain coworkers. And that never phased me because it's like it's just a job, yo. Don't you just want to get paid, get your check, go home, do what you was doing the day before, the day after that? It's like that's simple. How you getting infuriated? And those that actually feel like this, I just stay away from and I just move away until they actually feel like they want to address something to relieve themselves of how they're actually feeling at the moment. Because with me, it was like I just listen. Like literally, I was just that type of person. I would just listen because it's like I'm not about to interrupt you while you having a conversation with me, while you trying to tell me what's wrong. I would just listen because I need to actually understand your standpoint because it would make things a little bit more better for both of us. And on top of that, give you my point of reason after everything that has been said and done, because there is no point of me within the conversation that you telling me to interrupt you. So it's like when I used to have a lot of coworkers that actually came up to me and had a certain conversation with me. It's like, mm-hmm. They'd be like, "Wow, you a really good listener." I'll be like, "I know, right? Thank you." Because it's like I'm in an environment that's all I can actually do is just listen to you guys, because nothing's not gonna get fully addressed if I'm going back and forth cutting you off, and yet you trying to speak to me and tell me something that seems important because of why you stressful, or why you irritated, or why you annoyed, or why this ain't like working the way it's supposed to be. And now it's like a common thought, just relieve yourself from that. Just move away from that. Especially if you can't handle a certain person and he just like this throughout the whole day, just leave him. Just walk away, let him calm down, then go back to work. Then wait for her to come back. It did talk to you.
Out all kinds of curses, calling out his name. Shit, I'm gonna blow off your head, you son of a... But it was the biggest mistake of my life. The warehouse used to be a place where people didn't come very often. But when I looked back casually, he was there. He was just staring
I felt
at
creepy.
me. My heart was pounding, and I felt like my head all stopped. Holy crap. There was a bleak silence between us, and I could feel that awkwardness in my bones. But soon he just turned around and then...
Like, what, you gotta say something? You gotta talk to me? Is something on your mind?
Feeling sorry, I thought he got hurt feelings, so I followed him.
He just walked away?
I called his name several times, but he never looked back.
At that point, I would have been thinking, like, is he ill or sick?
At first, I felt sorry, of course. But come to think of it, it was literally all his fault. And he had a responsibility to fix this problem.
Look, walking around, spreading
gossip, talking to people,
wandering around,
all
not
of a
doing
sudden,
his job.
I started to be outraged.
Those be the irritating people. They don't really care about work. They just want to get an easy check.
He suddenly stopped walking, and at that moment, I was like, oh, shit. You know, I mean, we're still working for the same company right now, and I can't make a mess of my plans in just 2 weeks. So I apologized to him to ease the mood by calling my friend's name again. Then he turned his head slowly, and,
I thought he was about to do a 180.
I still can't forget that creepy memory until right this moment, writing about this incident.
What happened? He turned into a demon?
To tell the truth, I'm about to go crazy. His neck slowly turned toward...
I knew it.
Joe Biden's faith has carried him through dark times, but he's never lost hope, because Joe knows what it means to find purpose and service to others, to be your brother's keeper. And right now, that's exactly what we need.
Toward me. You can believe it or not, his body was standing still
he was going to turn his head into a freaking 180.
His neck slowly began to turn. A loud crunch sounded in the hallway, as if his neck bone had broken.
It's creepy how I'm thinking how the scenario is all normal, but how I'm thinking like right now, it's like, oh my gosh, is you all right? Is you okay? Is something wrong? Can you speak? Can you say anything? Like, what's going on? Like, that's how my mindset is like right now. Even though I'm being quiet because I'm trying to like just watch and just see where this video is actually going. It's like that's where my mindset is at, because it's like I'm getting creeped out as though I'm watching this video because he's not actually saying nothing. His neck is getting twisted, and he just got this blank face on him. So I'm thinking he's also possessed. He may be possessed. He may be getting choked by a ghost. Other than that, this situation is not looking good. It's not looking good for him. It's dang sure not looking good for him, because he's there and he's witnessing all this, and yet he's completely speechless, and he's just shocked on what has been what he's seeing. I'm fumbling on my words a little bit, but what he's actually seeing right now. So it's like this is just all so unreal.
And I just watched it blankly. He was staring at me with his mouth closed, and his neck turned slowly and slowly.
Deuces. No, I'm leaving.
As he turned his neck, the skin around his neck began to twist. Pop his neck. When he finally turned around for about a turn and a half,
his neck is about to...
His skin tore with a tremendous sound. The blood
Splits.
rose like a fountain, and his neck dropped on the floor with
I'm
a
screaming.
loud
I'm
thump.
running. No, y'all.
Then his
Seriously.
head rolled towards me and stopped at the tip of my foot. Looking down, I could see his head showing with all his
He better not
teeth,
speak.
and he was smiling brightly at me. When I saw that horrific head like a broken tomato, all the cells in my body were screaming to get away from there as soon as possible.
I just said, I
It was
hope
someone's
this
footsteps
thing
that
do
broke the
not
silence
speak.
that seemed to last forever. And only then I screamed frantically. And my colleagues told me later that they could hear my voice on the second floor. Well, I can't imagine how loud it was.
Hold on, wait, what's going on?
Anyway,
Who
I
is
could
that?
feel someone
Where
shaking my
is that?
body
Where's that
violently
coming
not
from?
long after.
Maybe
The
she'll
next
run to
thing
the
I
scene to
knew,
figure out where that's
the
coming from.
executive director, the section chief, and everyone in the company were looking down at me with a surprised look on their face in the hallway. I was sitting on the floor before I knew it, and
Where the
he
head?
was
Where
gone
the body?
already.
Where he going on to? Where's the blood that was
I was
splattered
taken to
on
the
the wall?
hospital right away
What the heck
that
is
day
happening?
because I
This
spit blood on
can't
my
be right.
hand while
Was he
coughing.
hallucinating?
I
Was
couldn't
he just
remember
dreaming
how
all of
big I
that?
screamed. And while I was explaining the whole story at the hospital, I heard something incredible.
Oh,
One of my colleagues told me that my friend was working in his place at the time. And he was
what?
even so busy that he
How is
never
that
came down to
possible?
the warehouse on the first floor.
That can't be right.
I couldn't believe it.
So he was like in two places at
Eventually, I took a week off from
once.
work and got a psychiatric consultation. And 5 days have passed since then. I heard that he was dead. On the 5th day, the director came in early in the morning and opened
Oh
the door
no,
of the
man.
company as usual. While he was working in the office on the second floor, he heard a loud bang
Is
in
it?
the hallway.
Oh,
And when
wait,
he
what
went
was
outside,
that? Where did that come
he
from?
found my
I guess I
friend
must
had
go
hit
look.
his head on the marble floor, and it was all smashed.
Oh no, that's the coworker too.
He died just like that. Later, when the director checked the CCTV at
Was
the
that an
police
entity?
station, he found that my friend quietly climbed the stairs while he went into the office and closed the door. He just stared downwards
Oh,
I did it. To me, Trump is a freaking godsend.
for a while.
I'm about to say, why he looking at the back of the stairs like he about to throw it back? He about to throw it back for the
I
stairs.
guess the director must have been
Yo,
shocked.
this is
He
crazy.
eventually had to go to a psychiatrist for a while. When I came back to the company, there was only silence inside the company, which was unusual.
And Lisa's piece will no.
Anyway, I was just playing with my
Love
cell
and
phone while I
condolences
was
to him,
writing
though.
this,
But
and
seriously,
I just got a
he
call
was
from the
going
chief.
through some either
He
mental
asked me
issue
if I came down to the first
or
floor on Saturday morning while I
was
was on
just
my alternate work.
possessed.
I was working on the second floor in the first place, and I couldn't go down to the first floor until lunchtime. So I told him I didn't. But then he said something strange.
What
He
happened
was
now?
smoking in the outdoor parking lot that day. Then he suddenly turned his head toward the warehouse window on the first floor. He said that I was standing inside and staring at him quietly in the dark
What?
warehouse.
That can't be right.
He continued
That's
to
not
say
true.
that I looked at him for a
No
while
way.
and then disappeared.
Oh, that's so
At
weird.
first, he
That
didn't
is
want to
so
say
weird.
anything hasty, but he finally called me thinking about my friend who died a few days ago.
You
I'm
ain't
gonna
want
be
to say
honest, I'm
anything
in a
hasty.
panic right now. I mean, I've calmed down to some extent, but I'm still scared.
You better tell me the
There's
truth.
something
Like,
I didn't
seriously,
reveal
my
while
friend
writing
is
earlier.
dying.
I
Co-worker
remembered
on
it just
top of
now.
that. At the office.
When I'd
and
seen
yet
my
you saw
friend's
me
fallen head that day,
at the window, but
I
I'm in the
actually
office.
saw the face coming toward me.
He may have thought that he
It
was
was neither my
hallucinating,
executive director nor the section chief.
or he might be going through some psychological
was
breakdown. That's why he was
me.
feeling hasty.
I could see my body walking toward me with only my head turned back. So, the reason I screamed was not that I saw my friend's fallen head. I screamed at myself. My
That is
parents
creepy.
have gone on a
It
trip
bugged me
right
out.
now, so there's nobody at my house right now.
Ooh,
Now,
hold on, wait.
what
That
should I
was
do?
weird. That shocked me. Okay, that was really good. That was really good. That surprised the hell out of me. I wasn't really suspecting this video to actually caught my attention like the other ones. He makes some really good animations. Oh my gosh. My thing that like caught my attention was when he went to the loading dock with the coworker. He twisted his neck. It split it. It split from the spinal cord, and the head just rolled to his foot, and he just looking at him and laughing on top of that too. I would have ran, no hesitation whatsoever. I think I probably just ran off of the simple fact that he just did a whole 180, looking back at me while his body is facing towards the wall. I would have just ran automatically because this is too much. This is unbelievable. I can't catch my breath. I'm, I'm hyperventilating because I'm in shock. And on top of that, um, I don't know how this would have affected me psychologically because a lot of people, I will say, I don't know if anybody actually witnessed something like this. And this is paranormal, so I don't think anybody actually went or saw a situation like this. But I know there's movies out here, and we all either like thrill or horror movies, and I'm one of them. But it's just the idea and the thought of like seeing something like this is just beyond my expectations. So this is really good, but all those things is like my real reaction. I don't, I'm not that brave, but yet it's gonna be a time and point where I'm gonna just have to just adjust. If those that don't actually believe me, because what if he was just playing nothing but mind tricks on him, and nobody doesn't actually believe him? So while he's telling them the truth, they're gonna all look at him crazy, and then they're gonna end up putting him into a mental asylum, a mental hospital, and he's not gonna get out no time soon because of that. So this was really good. It had me thinking. So um, yeah. So this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoy. I want you guys to like, subscribe, comment your thoughts. If you guys actually want to see the original content and the content creators videos, the link will be in the description down below. This is SunjuKris, and I'll see you guys in the next video.